YouTube and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and in this video, I'll be talking with you about how to break out of the victim mindset. I'll be giving you 5 ways to recognize whether you have this mindset and 5 solutions to break out of this mindset. And why is this even important? Because setbacks and disappointments and hurts, they're all part of the uncertainty of life. How you respond to these setbacks determines how satisfied you are or will be with your life. You can't control your circumstances, but you can control your response to them. So, how do you know if you're wallowing in victimization? Here's 5 ways to recognize it. Number 1, most things have a negative tone to them. You can even get to the point where you feel like life just isn't even on your side, or you've been dealt a really bad set of cards. Number 2, you ask yourself why a lot. Why does everything in my life have to be hard? Why can't people just leave me alone? Why don't people understand me? Number 3, you mull over things a lot. The psychological term for this is ruminate. Picture a cow chewing cud for hours. This is what can go on in your head when you're thinking about your life. The script just runs over and over, and nothing seems to work out for you. I never seem to get fill in the blank. Why bother? Because I always fill in the blank. Number 4, you don't think very highly of yourself. You are your own worst critic. You feel like damaged goods, which means you don't deserve very good things. Number 5, your first emotion is anger, and you're often resentful of other people's gains. An example of this may be you resent the fact that your best friend got a $7,000 bonus at work. She already has nice things. Why is she always the one who gets these things? These things never seem to happen to you. Do any of these sound familiar to you? Sometimes you can slip into the victim mindset only in certain areas of your life. It can be subtle but persuasive enough to hold you back or even lower your self-esteem. Here are 5 solutions to break out of this way of thinking. Number 1, build confidence by creating small, achievable goals. Think of this as like starting with one of those huge, large 100-piece baby puzzles and then moving up to the 1,000-piece mega puzzle. If you're convinced that good things never happen to you, you have to retrain your mind to see that you can win at something, even if it's something small. Then you have to give yourself time to reflect or ruminate on these small accomplishments with the intention on moving on to even bigger accomplishments. Number 2, turn your attention to giving to others. Victimization breeds neediness, and the more needy you are, the more opportunity you have to be disappointed when your needs aren't met. So adopt the approach of getting by giving first. Meeting someone else's needs allows you to rise above the victim mode and by being someone's hero. The satisfaction that you can get from loving or showing love to others gives you a reason to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you build a hedge of protection around yourself.
I'm sorry, I
I just got to interrupt. What she's saying is revolutionary. Why? Because it is the invert of how we live. It was revolutionary what she said, give before you get, and let your giving be the catalyst for receipt. That's the invert. That is the inverse of how we live. Dr. Tracy is playing no games. And she also mentioned the victimhood mindset as a script. Back to tonight's topic. Does hermeneutics as the interpretation of experiences play a role in sustaining a victimhood mentality by reinterpreting past events to support a narrative, a story of victimhood? I was the victim in this story and I could be nothing else. Man, let's get my brother Reggie back in here because Reggie was on fire. Reggie, get back in here, man. Finish your thought.
The last thing I want to say is if you change the narrative, if you change the facts that you believe about yourself and the situation that you're in, then you're going to change your hermeneutic and you'll change your life.
You'll change your hermeneutic. Boy,
that's it.
Listen, don't do that to us, Reggie. Reggie, hold on. You can't say that. How do you change your hermeneutic? Go into that, Reg.
Bruh, your hermeneutic, like I said, is just a reflection of what you believe about yourself.
Your interpretation of you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You remember that Tootsie Roll commercial, like when you was a kid, where everything you think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me?
Yes.
Everything, like, and so the kid, everything he went to, he saw the Tootsie Roll everywhere he went. That's your life. Like, your belief is everywhere you go. Wow. Everywhere. Wow. Man. Like, everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? Reggie. So if you change what you feel, you're going to change your thought process.
Whew. Reggie, you acting a complete fool tonight, man. I love it, Reggie. I love it, Reggie. Guess what you just did, brother?
Brought Austin in the building.
Austin, Texas is in the building. Hey, don't mess with Texas. They always call in and act up. Get to your phone line. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. That brother said, change your hermeneutic, your intrapersonal hermeneutic. The word hermeneutics means interpretation. If you interpret yourself as a victim, you steady losing. A victim needs a story in which they are taken advantage of. A victim needs a narrative in which they have been attacked. You listen, you can't have it both ways. You can't say God is in control of everything, but yet God is not the villain who made you the victim. Can God create a rock so heavy that even he couldn't lift it? What? Yes, it's a conundrum, right? Right? If you say God can create a rock so heavy that even he can't lift it, then that means God can't do something. God, by nature, is infinite in all aspects, right? So what? Can God create a rock so heavy that he can't do it? Now, if you say he can't do it, you done said God can't do something, and God can do all things. So wait a minute. Isaiah 45:7 tells us that God is in control of good and bad, light and dark, calamity. All of it is under his purview, under his domain, under his sovereignty. So you mean to tell me that God wasn't responsible for the spiritual irritant, aka the relational problem that came into your life? And you think that person came into your life just to irritate you so you can break up and start the cycle anew with somebody else? No, everything got a lesson and a blessing incorporated in it. And there is no separating the lesson from the blessing. Huh? Wait, I don't know. What? Huh. So, really, the victim is the victor if you understand the purpose of what you're encountering. Why are your wounds being mirrored back to you? They're not being mirrored back to you to baby them. They're being mirrored back to you so you can be present with them, so you can empathize with them, so you can nurture them through non-judgmental observation. Then they say, oh, it's time to grow up. We can't operate in the background no more. The self is aware. The higher self is, do you hear me? 1-800-920-1580. I'm trying to get you right this evening. Let's get Attila from Houston, Texas up in here. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Uncle Joe.
Yo, what's happening?
Y'all are going crazy.
Yeah, boy, Reggie got me turned up this evening.
I see y'all out here preaching. We got the organs going. I love it. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna be real short on this one though. I promise. So what I think when it comes to this whole victimhood thing, I guess if I could put it in transactional terms that maybe people would better align with, I think that sometimes you just gotta renegotiate your relational terms, the terms of your agreement. Because if I'm convinced that victimhood has a greater return on investment than a healthy self-concept, I'm not going to stop doing it.
No. Say that one more time. People need to hear that again. One more time. Victimhood has what?
I think that people need to renegotiate the terms of their relationships or their relationship agreements because some people are convinced that their victimhood has a greater return on investment than a healthy subconcept.
Victimhood has a greater ROI, a greater return on investments. Come on, Attila, don't do people like that. How do they get over that?
How do they get over that?
Yeah, what in the world? Come on.
I mean, the healthy subconcept is kind of like the pay me now or pay me later. Like, eventually you're going to have to get to that point anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like, so there's no point in avoiding that stuff, but I think victimhood kind of thrives on certain types of tenets, if you will, or belief systems, because everything has a belief system. It's like they say there's really no such thing as an atheist because everybody believes in something, even if it's just themselves or money. But I think that the belief system in terms of victimhood is really based on a refusal to acknowledge your self-sabotage. It's a conscious effort to overinvest in protection, like Reggie said, but you're really underinvesting in yourself. It's learned helplessness, right? And I think overall the real issue is that there's an attachment to an outcome.
Keep going. I'm listening. Come on. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Because if I'm attached to the idea of remaining a certain way and getting what I want, and it's in my mind, it's working for me through using victimhood or making people feel sorry for me or whatever, then I'm going to keep doing it. So I think part of the reason that a lot of this stuff goes on is because how do I say this? I feel like people purposely place themselves with people who have this mentality. They have placed themselves in communities and around people who foster the victimhood because they know what that person could be if they didn't have it.
Andy said trauma bonding.
Yeah, it could be. I do think it could be a form of trauma bonding, but I think it's really just the push and pull of trying to keep the power balance. You know, the person who has the victimhood complex or mentality has a certain level of power that they're not willing to give up, which is why they don't want to develop themselves, right? And in a sense, they're going to only align with people who identify with those values. It's identity-based politics, but in a psychological form. So, yeah, I don't know. That's all I want to say. I'm done.
Hey, Attila, you know what to do. What did you just do?
All right, he's in the building.
Houston, listen, man, Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas, they all in the building right now. We out of control on the Voice of Reason all over the country. If you want to bring your city into building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Join this national discussion, because let me segue for a quick second. We think politics does not require good relationships. We want to advance politically, but psychologically and spiritually and internally, we are morally bereft, impoverished, penurious. Do you understand? So what happens is we're just a group of predators that agree on some principles so we can win individually. That's what our politics have turned into, right? Don't be on the outs with this person because now they're the person. Let's coalesce. So listen to what I'm trying to say here. To me, everything is relationships. As Krishnamurti said, relationships are ubiquitous. There are interpersonal relationships that spread from family to business. But relationship is the key. It's like the super highway for everything to get done. The communication you need in business is the communication skills and negotiation skills you need in relationships, you need in family. But oftentimes, the same kind of selfish, greed and transaction that we seek from business, we also seek in relationships. And I'm here to tell you, these are spiritual transactions. Do you understand? And they got automatic deposits. They come out whether you want them to come out or not. And guess what? There is no overdraft. You understand? You always got the spiritual funds. Whether it depletes you or it uplifts you, you always gonna pay. So people don't understand, man. The relationship space is about bettering the self through what I see coming back to me from others. That's what the space is about. We got social media people out here talking about the wrong person and this what and the wrong situation. Nothing's wrong until you align yourself with self first. Self-acknowledgement, self-approval, self-esteem, self-worth, self-happiness. It's all an inside job, self-acceptance. But you can't do that if you don't like the self that was modeled in early childhood. You can't accept self. And when you can't accept self, you can't accept help. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep ripping that face off. Yes, sir.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Just a few short months ago, California Attorney General Rob Bonta filed 11 felony charges against Diana Turan, an assistant district attorney for Los Angeles County. The charges allege that Turan unlawfully accessed confidential computer data, including police officer files in 2018, and continued to use them after joining the DA's office in 2021. Ironically, Turan, who is now on administrative leave, oversaw the Public Integrity Division, responsible for handling high-profile cases of police misconduct and public corruption, including the charges brought against LA City Council member Kern Price last June. To be sure, the case against Price has raised plenty of eyebrows. Indeed, one noted legal scholar has said publicly, and I quote, "Everything about this prosecution reeks," close quote. Could A.G. Bonta, with aspirations to become California governor, be punishing Turan for her role in D.A. George Gascon's police accountability agenda to curry favor with police unions? Could D.A. Gascon be using the case against Price to showcase his tough stance on crime and political corruption as he vies to retain his seat as DA? Honestly, I have no idea, but here's what I know for sure. Curran Price has been elected and re-elected by thousands of voters, mostly black and brown, who stand to be further disenfranchised if this matter is not handled correctly, which is why it matters to us at KBLA Talk 1580. When the prosecutor is being prosecuted, it seems to me that at the very least, there ought to be a thorough, top-to-bottom, independent review of all cases under Diana Turan's purview to ensure that none of these cases have been tainted. Justice and fundamental fairness demand no less, if public trust truly matters. And I hope it does. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Tavis Smiley. We welcome your feedback.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Work it, make it, do it. Makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only make us stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary, I'm the boss tonight. And you don't give a what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian Dior. Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, cause I'm not sure. Do anybody make real anymore? Bow in the presence of greatness. Cause right now that has forsaken us. You should be honored by my lateness, that I would even show up to this place. So go ahead, go nuts, go ape. Especially in my pastel on my page. Act like you can't tell who made this new gospel, homie. Take 6 and take this, haters. That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya.
The memory of what happened to you is more than just a memory. There is self-identification with the memory. In other words, it's not perceived as just something that happened to you.
Can you start that from the top? He said, the memory that you may have. He said, that ain't just the issue. He said, there's self-identification with the memory. I know Eckhart Tolle is a little mumbly. He's from a different country, and he's got a different accent. I get self-identification with the memory of... Man, play it again.
The memory of what happened to you is more than just a memory. There is self-identification with the memory. In other words, it's not perceived as just something that happened to you, but it becomes part of who you perceive to be. Now, almost everybody has, in one way or another, been a victim of other people. but in some cases much, much more so than in others. Some element of having been victim is probably present in everybody's life. In other words, you are surrounded by unconscious humans, and then unconscious humans will inflict suffering on themselves and others. That's just how it is when you're alive on this planet. Childhood, particularly, is a place where many children experience abuse, either minor forms of abuse, emotional abuse, or they live in a very toxic family environment. And then, of course, there are other children who experience more.
Do you understand that I'm always be a victim? Or I'm always going to be a villain as a work in progress? Do you understand why? Let me tell you why. Because as a work in progress, I'm always going to make mistakes. I'm always going to let you down. I'm always going to disappoint you. I'm always going to frustrate you. I'm always not going to quite make it. You know why? Do you know why? Because your hurt inner child is still in control. And if you hurt a kid ain't going to forgive you. They might love you. They might be like, oh, man, it's my only source of any goodness. So it's a lot of bad stuff that I got to do. That's a fearful avoidant. I'm terrified of my primary caregiver, while at the same time, that's the source of love. Do you understand? So there's always, listen, as long as that inner child is unhealed, I don't have the space to be a human being and be flawed in your presence. Your expectations are for perfection. Now, you can say it's not. I don't need nobody that's perfect. Wrong. No, wrong. Because soon as somebody, how many people you see struggle with forgiveness? They speak forgiveness, but they don't embody forgiveness. They're not the physical manifestation of the type of forgiveness Christ was talking about, while at the same time professing to be a follower of Christ or a follower of Islam or a follower of any high-level spirituality. Do you get what I'm saying? You can profess the belief in whatever dogma, but if you're not the embodiment of the book, do you see? The embodiment of the higher principles, you're going to always have a damn residue of what happened to you at the hands of someone. You're not going to understand the principle that Dr. Alan Berger said, we are all victims of victims, because all of us have been victimized in some way. But it's those of us who say the narrative of victimhood will not be used by me to identify myself. I'm going to use my unhealed wounds as an escalator, a stairway to heaven, and not a stairway to hell. When I come forward, the voice of reason is going back to the phone lines.
You're making it
harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Texas governor is threatening to beef up security on the border after President Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. Greg Abbott wrote on X, quote, I think I will need to triple the border wall, razor wire barriers, and National Guard on the border, end quote. 3 years ago, Biden tasked Harris to work with Mexico to tackle the immigration challenge. About 3.7 million immigrants have entered the country illegally under Biden's presidency. Mayor Eric Adams is emphasizing a drop in crime in New York City. Adams, who was black, was on MSNBC and pointed to a drop in homicides and a sharp decrease in subway crime since there was an uptick in January. He also pointed to a large number of guns and illegal mopeds removed from the streets. However, crime stats show an 11% jump in rapes in the first half of the year, and there's been migrant-involved high-profile rapes and crimes over recent months. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. Right now, make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25 quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Keep following the leader.
Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $2,860 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long.
We're unapologetically progressive.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Make a move into a home of your own. With City National Bank's Ladder Up Home Loan Grant, you could receive up to $20,000 that you never need to pay back. Use it toward your down payment, save on closing costs, or to buy down your mortgage rate. Find out more at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Property must be in a qualifying market in California, New York, or New Jersey. Additional terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Terms are subject to change without notice. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 536994.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Single Moms Planet is a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting under-resourced single mom business owners and working mothers nationwide. Single Moms Planet offers comprehensive programs of financial literacy, business development, mentorship, and entrepreneurial training. They provide education, accountability, and hope. Single Moms Planet was founded by model, TV personality, and producer Nefertiri Plessy. Nefertiri felt firsthand the challenges that face single moms as she was raised by a working single mother. She learned that the most disadvantaged group in the United States are single mom families. According to the U.S. Census, 30% live under the poverty line. So she decided to do something about it, along with co-founder Cole Patterson. Their goal is to end the poverty cycle in single mother households through education, opportunity, and networking, providing family and child enrichment programs for under-resourced single-parent families. Single Moms Planet serves over 10,000 single moms and their children each year. Studies show that business development and financial literacy provide a positive environment for children and families, exposing them to new possibilities and opportunities. To attend one of their fun events, make a donation, or get more information, or if you need help as a single mom, please visit singlemomsplanet.org. That's singlemomsplanet.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
In the night, I hear him talk, the coldest story ever told. Somewhere far along this road, he lost his soul to a woman so heartless. How could you be so heartless? Oh, how could you be so heartless? How could you be so cold as the winter wind when it breeze, yo? Just remember that you talking to me, though. You need to watch the way you talking to me, yo. I mean, after all the things that we've been through, I mean, after all the things we got into. Hey, yo, I know what some things that you ain't told me. Hey, yo, I did some things, but that's the old me. And now you wanna get me back and you gon' show me. So you walk around like you don't know me. You got a new friend, well, I got homies. But in the end, it's still so lonely. In the night, I hear him talk, the coldest story ever told. Somewhere far along this road, he lost his soul to a woman so heartless. How could you be so?
Today, I'm specifically going to be talking about this concept of victimhood, which so characterizes the narcissistic personality style. Now, this is a difficult video to make. I actually don't like the word victim. I'm a bigger fan of words like experiencer, because the word victim is so passive, it's so resigned. And maybe because of my work in this area, the dynamics of victimhood are so often weaponized by narcissistic people, and it becomes really harmful. So maybe that's why I don't like it. But just as a reminder, this series kind of goes off the beaten track a little bit. It's for people out there who think that they may be narcissistic and they feel like, hey, all of your content just demonizes me. Give me something that helps me. Or they just do want to be better, and I admire that goal. Shifting out of a narcissistic personality is obviously not easy, but it's obviously worth doing. This series lays out these dynamics, why these dynamics are an issue, and how to get around it. Today we're going to talk about this idea of narcissistic victimhood. Listen, if something bad happens to any of us, it feels deeply unfair, it feels damaging, it feels harmful, and we struggle with it. It feels unjust. And then if we open that up a little more, and we recognize that life hasn't been fair to us, I don't know, maybe we look at our lives and say, maybe we didn't get the financial support that would have made a difference in our lives. Maybe we didn't get the emotional support that would have made a difference in our lives. Whatever it may be, it's very easy to fall into a sort of self-victimized thinking and talking. This idea that life isn't fair to me. If only this had happened to me, or only that had happened to me. Because the problem is, if you do that, then you live in that place of regret and rumination. It's simply not good for us to get stuck in these thought loops. It strips us of our sense of agency, or the sense we can do something to help ourselves. And it keeps us stuck in the past, rather than saying, hey, nothing on this adventure called life is fair, and it's going to be even less fair if I keep letting this sense of injustice keep holding me back. Now, in people who have narcissistic personalities, they chronically, and I mean chronically, feel that life has been uniquely unfair to them, even when it's actually been disproportionately lucky in some cases. The nature of the narcissistic personality is to chronically perceive threats, and this belief that people are actually out to get them, or they maintain this consistent entitlement to be treated better, that they deserve more, that they deserve this, that they deserve that. It means this chronic mindset of life is never fair to me. Everyone in life has it better than me.
That they deserve this, that they deserve that. Do we not live in the I deserve culture? I deserve a better relationship. but you're only asking for it in one dimension, 1 degree of freedom. What is the degree of freedom? The external. You're not asking for a better relationship with yourself. You're not. But that's how you get the better relationship with the other, is when you become a lover of self, and not from a narcissistic lens. From the lens of, I love my flaws. I love my body. I love my personality. Listen, here's a big one right here. I love my process. I love my healing process. I love my revealing process. Right? Do you understand? I love my boundaries. Right? I love the internal challenges that I face. I love when I'm triggered. Listen to what I'm saying. When something comes up from the subconscious that I must work on, I love that. I love taking responsibility. Do you see? When that is the lifestyle, how can you not attract love? Go ahead, play it.
That they deserve this, that they deserve that. It means this chronic mindset of life is never fair to me. Everyone in life has it better than me. Nobody is ever nice to me, even though I'm so good to everyone. It's a constant sense of why me? Why do all these bad things only happen to me when I'm so nice to everyone? I remember talking for a while to a person who was clearly very narcissistic. This was a person who was born to a rather wealthy family. They had tremendous means. His education was fully paid for. He could explore any dream he wanted. He was given a car when he turned 16. He was given apartments to live in, and his rent was always paid. And his parents paid at least $300,000 on his various rehab stays. He ended up marrying a beautiful woman. He ended up having beautiful children. And this man constantly complained about how life is so unfair to him.
The voice of reason is on fire tonight. Listen, we go through it, not only to grow through it, right, but to expand beyond it. See what you go through as the wick on a spiritual bomb. You're supposed to explode outward, releasing a tremendous amount of energy. But instead of destructive energy, it's constructive because it's spiritual by nature. You have the power to construct whatever reality you'd like to construct. But if you are thinking from a victimhood mindset, you are also constructing a reality. Woe is me. All right, we got callers. Let's get him in here. Who's been on the longest? Kenny from Detroit. Get in here. What are your thoughts?
What up, Dozo?
What up, Doe? What up, Doe?
I come in peace today.
Huh?
I come in peace today.
You come in peace. All right, good, brother. What are your
But
thoughts?
I don't know. I'm listening to the conversation or discussion about victimhood and hermeneutics. I've never heard of hermeneutics, but I did do a little bit of research prior to joining the conversation. Mm-hmm. And as you've been saying through the show, that hermeneutics is an interpretation. Mm-hmm. Right? It's an interpretation. So victimhood, in my experience, like, I don't know if I would call I would say that I use victimhood. I don't know. Maybe I do, but I don't see it that way, right? I take my past experience.
Hold on. Hold on to this, because this is about to be good. Hold on to this, Kenny. Listen, when we come forward, Kenny's going to tell us how he used his victimhood to potentially benefit himself. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm not loving you way I wanted to. What I had to do, had to run from you. I'm in love with you, but the vibe is wrong, and it haunted me all the way home. So you never know, never know enough till it's over, love, till we lose control. System overload, screaming no. I'm not loving you way I wanted to. See, I wanna move, but can't escape from you. So
ladies and gentlemen, my playlist is my co-host. Featured tonight, all Kanye West. It's been fire tonight, man. We on fire tonight, man. Tonight's topic, claim over blame. The hermeneutics and apologetics of victimhood. So many interpretations and intellectualizations and justifications and ideologies around why someone should stay a victim, right? The hermeneutics and apologetics of self-victimization can provide a lens through which we can explore the complexities of human behavior and relationships. Again, by delving into the depths of parental attachment wounds, early developmental trauma, and the interplay of victimhood and personal accountability, we should be able to unravel this, this puzzle, right? This mosaic of the human psyche. And it's very interesting, right? Through self-awareness, introspection, mindfulness, and a willingness to challenge ingrained, deep-seated beliefs, individuals may be able to embark upon a transformative journey towards reclaiming a type of agency, fostering personal agency, an ability to foster healthy relationships. And I mean, it's really it's really heavy when you start to like peel back the onion. But how do you solve, right, this victimhood issue, right? How do you solve it? First off, you got to stop placing blame on others, right? You got to start to truly think this life is yours and yours alone. And you are the Picasso of your life. You are the Basquiat or whatever artist, the Gauguin, the Renoir, whatever of your life, right? If you have trouble, coping with problems in your life and you feel powerless against them, listen, get help. It's okay to get help, right? Not everyone is attacking you. Not everything is an attack just because somebody doesn't agree with the way you think, doesn't agree with your side of the story or how you view it, right? Not everyone is a villain because they don't align with your truth. It's a real life, man. We got a lot of callers. I want to get to them all before it's all over. Reverend L, Dallas, Texas. Get in here, man. What? Oh, Kenny. That's right. Kenny. Let me get your final thought. My bad. Kenny, go ahead. You was cooking up something for me.
No worries. Mm-hmm. You know what? Today I want to, on this call, accept the hermeneutics of my victimhood. That's what I want to do today.
Talk to me.
Because I believe that victimhood doesn't always have to be negative. I feel like I believe in my life, victimhood has catapulted me into a space where I am actually comfortable and ambitious, and I can still carry on kindness and all of these good things in life. And I just really believe that now, in this being a part of this conversation, that victimhood has actually put me in a better situation. The fact that I can be aware of my victimhood, it is where I have come from. I've come from the slums, and now I'm in, almost a $500,000 home.
Come on, man.
With a great career and a healthy and beautiful family.
Yes.
Great health myself.
Come on.
I think being aware of my victimhood allowed me to pursue better, kept me aware. So that's just my perspective on it. I may be wrong, but that's my 2 cents to the conversation.
Man, I love it, Kenny. Guess what you just did, brother?
I brought Detroit in the building.
Detroit is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you better do it now. 1-800-920-1580. Reverend L, Dallas, Texas. Get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What's up, brothers? Though I'm gonna keep this real short and sweet too, but I'm gonna take some tags. So I look at this self-victimization in the male population has increased, like super increased. 30 years ago, we wouldn't dare pull that woe is me stuff. That was super weak back then. We didn't have, you couldn't look at us or even see any cracks in our armor at all. So now when people do that victimization, especially I'm talking about fellas, it's an attention thing. We get the attention faster that way. Because a woman, women are nurturers and all this other good little stuff. So they have the little soft spot. And then here comes the man where, I'm down on my look, or, I really ain't got no place to stay. Like, man, why are you complaining? Why are you putting yourself in this victim situation? The men are damn near damsels in distress now. So we got to change that narrative for us because it's just too many. It's just too many things that people see, not just people, but women see when it comes to men. It's like, man, I need a strong man. I need a strong type of fella to take on these burdens, these other things. How can the man and the woman both be emotional? That's impossible.
Hey,
I'm done.
but wait, hold on, Rev. Tread lightly, because we're in a different age where what a man feels matters now. The age of our grandfathers. My uncle just came to my house. He's 77, 78. In his day, he couldn't feel. He couldn't stop. But right now, we live in an age that says, brother, how do you feel? Brothers need emotional support circles too, because the way our uncles were, that wasn't healthy for them. We lucky to have my uncle at 78 with all the mess he had to swallow and stomach. So be careful, Reverend, because some of that stuff is not good for their health. Some of that stuff has been internalized, which is why them old brothers will pop off if you get sideways, if you get cross. You understand? I appreciate the call, man. You brought Dallas, Texas in the building. We appreciate it. I might have to do a whole show on that. And then my brother, Hustle Habit, Miami, Florida. Get in here. What are your thoughts?
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Hey, so I had some thoughts.
All right.
Basically, you were mentioning how you be a villain in any situation, right? Because you're always going to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not a villain amongst other self-realized villains.
Ooh, a self-realized. Come on, man. Come on.
And you know, the whole honor amongst thieves.
Mm-hmm. Honor amongst the wounded. I love that.
You see, my question to you is, do you believe there's a route in, let's say, an anxious person going after situations where they have to release? Meaning getting practice in that, stepping into the fire of that to forge themselves through that?
See, here's the problem, and I hear what you're saying, but for the most part, your picker is unconscious. Your person picker is unconscious. You're picking from the conscious level, right? You're saying your wounds are saying, you got to be this, got to act this way, got to have this, got to be able to do this, got to be able to da-da-da-da-da. But at a subconscious level, your wounds are saying, yes, that's the ideal. And that's what you want, but we're going to get what you need. And typically what you need is the opposite of what you want.
That's my point, though.
Do you see?
But that's my point. Mm-hmm. Because, I'm talking about actually embracing that darker side and saying, no, I'm going to seek out that which makes me uncomfortable.
Hey, good luck. Good luck. You know, people ain't they're afraid to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, that's me, hideous and all. Guess what you just did, Hustle? We up against it, brother.
I got you. They counted, man.
Come on, Miami, Florida in the building. Listen to this right now. We started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Hey, don't forget, sign up for my master class, August 3rd and 4th, 2-day event. OneStream.tv/The Relationship ER. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. All right? Deuces.
I feel what a rip, what a rip, what a rip, what a rip. I feel it. Can you feel it? I feel. Better act like you know better. I feel it.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica